Alright, folks, welcome to High Octane Radio. I'm Lee Best, and tonight I'm going to be joined by a plethora of people that have no lives and thus would rather talk about fake pretend wrestling on a Saturday night. First person being the man that pretty much plays second fiddle to everybody that he feuds with. A man that is the butt of all jokes right now. The man that technically probably I could fire at any moment and we would all point and just laugh at him. Of course, I'm talking about Reese Townsend. How you doing, Townsend?
Hey, bud. I'm good.
And the other person is Scotty. How you doing, Scotty?
Eh.
Yeah. And the other person joining us tonight, the greatest world champion of all time, a future Hall of Famer, a War Games captain, a man that will lead my team, the best team, Team Best Alliance, into War Games, go in there, retain its title. Not only will he retain his title through Iconic, through the March to Glory, and then through War Games, he will make this thing such a, I don't know what to say. It's going to be such a privilege to watch him compete over the next several months and possible years that we might just close up shop before he ever loses the title. He might be the only person that we ever inducted into the Hall of Fame while he's still competing. That is, of course, Jace Parker Davidson. How you doing, Jace?
No pressure, right?
Blows load on your face yet? Christ.
I have plastic on my keyboard. I'm good.
Oh, okay. Good.
Now, Scotty, we're only a couple minutes in. Don't give me a reason to come at you. Don't even give me a reason. All right, it's been obviously one holiday break and two shows since we done last horror. Lots gone on. We made the move to the new server. Let's talk about the site speed. Townsend, any issues with the site? What are your thoughts as we got off GoDaddy finally?
I love it. It works great now. Everything's real fucking quick. Which is great, because now my stoned ass clicks on something and then doesn't get confused and think that my internet's broken when it takes an age to load.
And then every time I fucking turn on the TV, I see GoDaddy commercials. And all I can think about is HOW, even at that point.
Daddy. Go.
Well, it's like even an advertisement. I watch a Cubs game and they got GoDaddy commercials behind home plate. It's fucking gay. But,
Dude, all I need to do is see a pen and I think about Lee Best stabbing somebody in the eye.
What's his face from GoDaddy?
That's over. I'm still looking. I think I had that show, by the way. I will be able to admit. What about you, Scotty? As a guy that does a lot of sites, how's the new server move going?
I'm loving it. I mean, I don't fear clicking on things in the site anymore.
Don't fear to
Shit, I have to click back? Fuck. Yeah.
Anybody lost a role play yet? Or got clogged out?
No.
Timed out?
Yeah, I've been kept in.
No, but I hate it when it logs me out and I have to do the fucking capture thing, because that's it. I hate it.
Well, just stay logged in all the time.
I do, but sometimes it boots me out for some reason.
Yeah.
Because you're in ground zero.
Yeah, probably.
Obviously, with the big move, what it cost us was a little time during the pay-per-view RPing period, but I knew nobody was going to roleplay right after the go-home show. Everybody's like, I'm ready to roleplay. How come I can't roleplay? And then we fixed it, and there was no roleplays for like 3 days. So fuck all you.
There was a couple role plays posted.
I wasn't even on that show.
Yeah.
I think Greystone and Shane got like one up right away, and I was like third or something.
Yeah.
Like within.
And then like everybody's like, well, I really just can't roleplay till the weekends, guys. I apologize. I just can't roleplay till Saturday and Sunday. So if anybody's complaining, I'm sorry. I got work.
Who
So then I moved the show to Fridays, and not one person posts a roleplay over the weekend except for the new peeps, tag teamers. And everybody's like, "Well, I just got stuff going on," and fuck off.
Yeah,
So I have a feeling I'm gonna move the show back to Mondays sooner than later, as soon as I'm done with my classes.
Yeah, honestly, I don't like the whole Friday thing because, like me, right after a show, I'm pretty lazy. Like, I'm pretty spent, and I don't want to be working
You
on
don't even write on the chaos shows, though.
I know I don't.
So how are you getting lazy after not doing anything?
Well, that's usually how it is if I do have time if I will have time.
Well, you haven't, so why haven't you roleplayed yet?
Because I'm always drinking on the weekends, Lee.
Ah, see,
Come on.
all these
Friday,
excuses.
Friday is a
really.
big drinking night. Saturday, I just need to recover from it. And
Lightweight.
and then
Yeah.
Sunday's NASCAR. Come on. There you go.
Oh. Now the truth comes out. If you weren't watching everybody turn left for 4 hours, you would be role playing. Gotcha.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, I am leading the Host Guard
Uh,
championship,
by-
and I am the defending champion.
Not
And
by a lot anymore.
it
After last,
doesn't matter. I'm still leading.
what did I do last week? Okay, we give everyone a Hoskar recap here. Last week, Lee scored.
Hey, weren't you supposed to be doing that weekly on the website?
Oscar
by the way?
recap. When I'm really baked, I go on there and I click on some drivers and hope I win.
Skywood, were you
Fully-
supposed to be doing this shit weekly? I even gave you like Dale Jr. to use on News Post, and you haven't done shit.
Yeah, I was gonna do something after last week, and
And then
yeah.
He got drunk and forgot.
and then I had to recover, and then
And then there was a whale game and I got drunk and I forgot about it.
yes.
It's pretty much how my weeks go now. With playoff.
But anyway, back to the site stuff. Anybody have an issue with the layout?
No, but I hate it when the Twitter disappears. I like it. That's
I
all.
have to get. Well, people are starting to request, like witnesses are requesting I take it down on show days. I like putting it up. I don't like it because all I see is Scotty and Mike and America do the same shit over and over, and then Jace gets in there and it's over and over again.
I can't do it anymore. Jace got butthurt by my tweets.
Oh,
Ran away.
wow.
Were you
Jason-
got hurt by his tweets, Jace?
Yes.
Oh, the rectal trauma was epic.
Speaking of getting butthurt, how Barbie and Chris Kostoff aren't at my door yet to beat my ass.
I didn't know she had a Twitter. I just started following her today.
Oh, you should see this past weekend. I had to text a few people. I'm like, dude, just don't even get involved because I don't know how far I'm gonna go. And
I'm happy to watch and laugh.
I'm like, see how long you go reading the tweets without laughing.
What does she do that has 1,000 followers?
Well, if you follow 9 million people, some of them will follow you back.
Oh. So she's nothing. I thought maybe she was.
Go ahead, say something. Say she's nothing. Say something, Scotty. Would go ahead because we're gonna have Kostoff on later. So go ahead.
I ended her career, didn't I?
I don't think he ended her career.
Well, put a break in it. I'm pretty sure. Back in the feud I had with Kostoff, where I jobbed out hard in the prison yard. Jace, you've been talking shit about that prison yard. I'm warning you, man. It's not what you think it is. It's worse.
I hope it is. I hope it's a challenge.
You're gonna get raped.
I've been
It's gonna
threatened
make you think
by
about
quitting
quitting the
anytime
Fed
I
because it
lose a
made me think
match.
about quitting. And
Did you
then
really think about quitting, Townsend?
Yeah, because I was real bummed out about how shit I did.
I'm telling you, you put Kostoff in the prison yard, and then you throw the HOFC rules on it. It's tough.
I know, but at some point, the one thing I want more than anything more than a heel turn or whatever is to have Kostoff in the prison yard again at some point.
He has turned that into his own little thing ever since I wrote that horror story where he fucking busted my eye up.
Dude,
And then
he hung embosser from a barbed wire noose, if I remember rightly.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the fucking embosser.
That's why he's in my stable. He's fucking awesome.
he's in my stable. You don't even have a stable. Speaking of not
Yeah,
having
yes.
stables, what's going on with Ground Zero?
What you mean?
Who's in the stable currently?
Myself, Witness, and Ward.
So Brian James Thomas is out.
He was done at March to Glory.
Did he know that?
Yeah. if he
Do
fucking
the
read the
fans
show,
know that?
if he read the shows, he knew that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, did you talk to him OC wise or
No,
anything?
because he never responded to any messages I sent him.
All right, Brian James Thomas. I was wondering because I was gonna book him, then I wasn't going to book him. Ever since I didn't know what was going on when we took him and
No
Ward
idea.
off. All right. But all right, back to the site. Nobody has any issues with the site layout wise. I do get it is very easy to move the site around. Me and Scotty tried to edit the last site, and it took years off our lives. I think
Oh God, it took like
this
a
one,
month just to like figure out one little area.
yeah, this one's simple as fuck. The only thing I can't change, and I wish I could change, is the next card and latest results. I want to turn that green for Friday Night Chaos, but it's tied into all the links. Right now, all the links are the same color. If I do that, all the links would turn green. I don't want to do that, so kind of have to live with that one.
Yeah,
What can you
small
do?
small
It's still,
concession.
yeah, it really is. If you guys get a chance, check out the site. I've been playing with the menu all day today. The roster page now has free agency listed. That will list everybody that's going to be out of contract, or I mean, is out of contract. Um, a lot of times you'll see they did on the last site when I fucked up was I was fucking deleting people because I didn't want them to have access to the site.
Mm,
Well, when I did that, we go back and we just see anonymous user and the results and all that gay shit. So this time, what we did is the contract. If you don't have a contract, you literally can't see the whole site. So these people might still have accounts on the site, but they can't see anything. Um,
ooh,
with staff page, didn't realize I forgot to do the images for that, so all their staff pictures are back up. I wanted to make sure all the newbies got to see that. In terms of any new features, I made room. I'm realigning a lot of stuff because the payroll stuff's going to get put up here pretty quickly. I've been working in Excel all day, getting some shit set up, setting up some formulas to play off all the money you guys are going to be earning or losing. Um, Jace, what about you, Mr. World Champion? Anything you want or desire, I can make happen for you. What about the new site? Thoughts, opinions, suggestions?
I don't think I really have any suggestions. I mean, everything's on the site pretty much runs really smoothly. There's no issues on my end, at least. And like Townsend, I mean, I like the Twitter thing to stay there. I mean, I get what witness means by, it being spoiler, but I mean, on show days, just don't look at the Twitter feed. I mean,
mhm.
Right. It is kind of hard not to when you just see it just reloading constantly and you hear us talking about going so deep into Barbie's vag, it's
oh, that's
it,
just greatness.
it can
Drink.
it can get distracting. The fact that she keeps tweeting about boobs is another thing. That's very distracting.
Yeah, I
I want to
realized there was
say
like two.
something about her taking all those pictures. I was going to say something about she was like making faces for you or something, but I figured Kostoff would rape me before Rumble at the Rock even got here. So better.
Yeah, I went and checked out her Twitter if I found she had one, and like the first image that's posted for recent images is a huge shot of her cleavage, and that's it. I was just like, what the fuck?
That's how you get 600 followers,
Is this
Scotty.
really good? I guess maybe that's what I should start doing.
No,
But
Scotty, we don't need to see your cleavage.
I was like, fuck, is this really Kostov's wife?
It is. So are you telling us right now that you're checking out his wife's tits?
Sure.
Scotty? You were? Huh.
No.
What? Yes? No?
There's
Are,
sarcasm.
are you just is that because you're gay and you weren't looking at him or because you're scared of him?
Slightly scared of him. Like, really, he's my stablemate.
I don't give a fuck. I was looking at him. I jacked off 3 or 4 times. And then I watched her tuck him back into her socks because they sag so low. Oh, speaking about so low, let's talk about these no-showing tag teamers that we had, huh? The first show, we had 3 of them. Fired, fired, fired. And we still got 11 teams, so we're good to go. I knew we weren't going to keep them all. I figured for the most part people would, if they lost their first round match, they might bail. But to Lady Killer's credit, not only are they sticking around, they're doing segments, so it's good to see that too. Real final quick note about the site though, and I'll ask you guys real quick. I like the Twitter. Not everybody has a Twitter, but the site has something built in that we've never shown before, and I don't know if I want to, but it's an actual it's a really pimped out Shoutbox. Yay or nay, Townsend?
Um, yeah, if you make that like in character Sure.
That ain't gonna get policed. You know that.
Yeah, but it'd still be funny.
Where would you put it?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I think most people use Twitter, and I think the Twitter thing's fine.
What about you, Jace?
I would say nay, just for the simple fact that people would get lazy and stop using Twitter.
Scotty?
Yeah, I'd probably say nay because I mean, pretty much everyone already has the Twitter thing going as a trash talking, and it seems to work pretty well.
All right. We'll keep it in the back
I
end.
mean, unless you want to keep the Shoutbox as just like an out of character, just like
No.
chat thing, but
We blur the line way
Exactly.
too much. Even when I fuck with Mike, when I pretend like I'm mad at Mike, he never knows if I'm really being serious or not.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I get messages off him sometimes.
Like last night.
Hi,
I was
Mike.
yeah. Like last night, I had a get with Max about his segment. So me and Max were going back and forth, and Max was writing up his segment, and I'm trying to figure out if he's good to go. And I had to reorder the show, so I jumped out of that convo, and Mike kept asking me, "Are you really mad?" And I just wouldn't reply. And then my phone started blowing up. Are you really mad? My poor son.
Daddy, are you really mad at me? Daddy?
Is that the voice you use to pick up men?
Yeah, that's exactly it, Lee. Yeah.
No wonder he hasn't gotten laid. Sorry.
God, Scotty.
Wide open.
You can't even get a dude to suck your dick.
I'm not trying to leave, though. Guess it's a good thing.
Hey, dude, at this point for you, a mouth is a mouth.
No.
Any
No,
hole
no, it's
is a
not.
goal.
Yes, there you go. Any hole. Make that a t-shirt ASAP. Any hole is a goal.
With Scotty Wood's face on the front.
There you go. And then you could have like a pair of socks, and you could have like a pair, and on the socks you'd have Barbie's tits, just like acting like they're being tucked in. You'd have like complete wardrobe. That would be your go-to wardrobe right there, Scotty. But I digress.
Okay, good.
I digress, Scotty. I will refrain for the time being. Stats. All the stats got updated today. Rankings, roleplay scores, ticket sales. I'm still waiting on the expense report from America for this past show. Win-loss records are up. Now, you guys all go to the win-loss records. You know that one's organized by RP average. The rankings are technically the Wrestler of the Year rankings. I mean, they are. So, for in-character, you guys know Wrestler of the Year rankings are what you go by. Shane Reynolds is number 1, Witness 2, Jace 3, Sector 4, Mike 5. Now, when you go into win-loss records, that's what I use OOC-wise to try, pair up people for feuds. Jace is ranked number 1 with a 3.12 RP average. You got Shane Reynolds at 3.09. I think those two should probably feud.
No,
I mean,
I'm against that.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, and then you look at the next one. You got Scotty Wood at 3.08 and Southern Comfort, which is Varga at 3.04. Now, Varga usually was right around there, too, when he's wrestling singles. And then right after that, you got Mike Best at 3.01. So if I just go singles to singles, that means Scotty Wood and Mike should probably feud. Yeah, that makes good sense. And then you keep going. Witness at 2.98. You got a tag team at 2.96. So I'm thinking Southern Comfort and LDM should tag. Or a feud. Then you got Greystone at 2.94. So that tells me Greystone and Witness should feud. They're stablemate, so let's... Or they're
Greystone's not in my stable.
I'm talking about Witness.
Oh yeah, he's my stablemate, yeah.
Yeah. Smoke another one, you fuck.
I will, don't worry about that.
But you guys see where I'm going. That's what I kind of use, and that might be something you guys want to use too. Because there's no way I'm going to have Jace feuding with William Bateman, who has a 0.95 roleplay average. I'm not going to have Mose Morocco feuding with Shane Reynolds. I'm not going to have Brian James Thomas feuding with Scotty Wood. You know what I mean? So, one thing that will kind of buck the norm, will be the exception to the rule, is kind of what Jason Kostoff did using Twitter. Is we already have a match booked for Rumble at the Rock, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, but that has so much heat just from shit talking, and it will be a shit talking match. That's gonna happen because HOC rules, let's all face it, are totally different from the role play scoring. And if you go into HOC rules, you're talking about Kostoff, with a 5.19. Scottywood and Danucci and FaZe are right there. I'm not gonna say Jace would kill Kostoff in regular RPing, but he would fucking rape him. But in HOFC, prison yard, and just the heat that's gonna be built up, and you put in the fact that Tara and Barbie are on the line, I think it evens the field. But that's the exception, not the rule. I think if you go by the RP scores and the RP averages, you guys will be able to see that it'll be a lot easier for you guys to use this as well. It's like, hey, let's have a feud. You guys are pretty close. Or like, hey, I want to feud with the guy above me. Bring my shit up. So, Townsend, do you look at the stats? I know you were working on some stats, but thoughts on the updated stats? Anything catches your eye? Something you would like to see taken away?
No, I'm quite happy with them. I don't know. Without sounding like a dick, I've quite enjoyed. It's been like a motivating factor for me, because I know I've been in a not been doing as good as I can for some of this year. I mean, I lost to Jennings and wasn't that great throughout the ABI. So since I've started to feel like I've been improving, it's been nice to watch myself actually climb up on those rankings.
Right. What
It's
about
been
you, world champ?
It was funny. I was the stats were brought to my attention as I was wanting to witness about how I need to step up my game, and he goes, "You have a 3.12 average. You're fine."
Hey, so Witness is already doing homework on you.
Yeah, but the stats are great. I mean, I look at them all the time. And like Townsend said, it's nice to see how you're doing, what different weeks you're doing well, which weeks you're not, what you need to improve on. And I mean, if you don't use them, I mean, you're just missing out, in my opinion.
And Scooter, um, you're third to Jace's one here. What's it gonna take You're not that far behind actually. You're only a .04 away from him. That's only one or two categories of improvement.
I know. I mean, I just need to
But your record's 1-4, and his is 7-0. That
one.
just tells you right
Wait.
there that yeah, in singles and tag matches.
Oh yeah, if you don't count my
HOFC,
HOFC.
HOFC, you're 4-0.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, it does get tough at times from switching from HOFC, which is just shit talking, to switching back to okay. I gotta maybe do some character development. I gotta work on my description here. It gets a little tough switching back and forth. So I need to work on that a little more. So, but
When you guys look at
yeah.
the stats, what's the one stat you look at? Do you look at your win-loss record? Or do you look at your RP average? What are you looking at, Townsend?
RP average every time, man.
What about you,
I
Jace?
mean,
Wins or losses or average?
Average, definitely. I mean, you can tell by just reading results, win or loss.
Right. What about you, Scotty?
Yeah, definitely the average, because I want to know, okay, how am I doing compared to like this other person who was fighting that night? I mean, do I stand a chance against Jace next week when I face him? Do I stand a chance against Townsend? How do I match up against them?
yeah,
So
but I'll say this: like the role play scores, well, the rankings with the showing of the win loss records with the role play scores. Like I've got a what is it, 2.93. Just looking at it now, I know I've scored 3.00 this week, and I'm pretty sure I scored above 3 the last time I had a match, which was against Mike. So they sort of show you that, but they don't, if you get what I mean. If you're gonna look at if you're gonna compare yourself to somebody by roleplay scores, I think you'd need to do a bit more. You'd need to look into it a bit more than just looking at that. But yeah,
Here, let me. I'll send this file to you guys. We'll take a quick break, and while we take a quick break, I'll have these guys check out the complete spreadsheet that not everybody will be seeing that's up on the site. But what this it'll show you actually a breakdown week to week, your average for that week. Pretty much, it's very detailed. Not as detailed as your big boy one, Townsend, but it gives you a week-to-week perspective of where you guys been doing, going up or down. And from that, I'll be making charts. You'll be able to see a monthly average for Townsend, a monthly like a pay-per-view period average versus January to March to Glory to War Games, etc., etc. So you guys check that out, and when we come back, folks, we'll talk about this spreadsheet that they're about to look at, and we'll also bring in my secretary, Mr. America. We'll be right back, folks.